I was 13-14 at the time. I was walking home from the internet cafe down a busy street in the middle of the day. I was raised to be very street smart and to stay aware of my surroundings at all times. I noticed this black truck following me. He keeps circling the busy street, driving past me and waving. He pulled into a Carl's Jr. parking lot across the street, but towards where I was walking. He signals me to come over to him, but I knew better. I keep walking and he gets back in the truck to follow. The nearest business to me is a PetSmart, and I go inside. I don't grab the attention of the workers because I figured I could hide in there for a while, and he would either not know where I went or he would get bored and leave. Nope, I am standing in a random aisle thinking about what route to take home. And the next thing I know, this fucker is grabbing my arm. He followed me into the pet store and found where I was. I quickly turn away to break his grip, and out of shock, I just book it out of the store as fast as I can. Then I am trying to come up with a plan. As I am running, I notice his truck. I turn down a side road and he turns. I turn into a parking area, but I didn't notice that the area is completely fenced. Think of a square with only one side open. There is only one way in. He pulls his truck into the parking lot and blocks me in. I am all the way up against the fence at that point, and he is just sitting in his truck watching. Then by chance, I notice a group of younger guys walking down the sidewalk half a block ahead. So I had to think quick. Do I trust the guys who I don't know and could also harm me, or do I get taken by this dude? So I quickly run around the back of his truck and towards the guys. He has the audacity to follow me towards them. I run up and I said, "Excuse me, please help me. This guy has been following me and is trying to take me. He won't stop following." The guys quickly block me and surround his truck, yelling at him to leave. He finally leaves, and they all walk me the rest of the way home, telling me not to come outside for the rest of the day. I tell my parents and we call the cops, but they never found the guy. By far one of the scariest experiences of my life. I was out with my grandma grocery shopping because she doesn't like going alone. A much older woman, late 70s and early 80s, stopped us. She said she never stops people in public, but she's a psychic and it was too hard to ignore. She told me that I need to be very careful and watch my surroundings more often. No more walks by myself. She also said I might need to carry pepper spray or something for self-defense. I did stop going on my morning walks because it really freaked my grandma out, but I kind of brushed it off. I was at a reptile expo about 2 weeks later, walking up and down the aisles, just looking at the snakes while my dad was in the bathroom. His stomach was upset that day, so he took a while. A breeder let me hold his gorgeous ball python, and suddenly I felt breath on my neck and smelled the stench of stale piss. I kind of froze and stared ahead of me. The snake breeder was talking to people. I couldn't really move since my only exit was to my back left and somebody was pressing up against me. He was like smelling me and breathing on me. I had no idea what to do in that situation. Suddenly, a woman shoved herself between me and this guy aggressively and he left. She told me that creep was following me, so she stuck around protectively to make sure I was okay out of mom instincts. She told me that I really need to watch my surroundings and to consider carrying pepper spray. It was nuts. The exact same thing the old woman at the grocery store had said. My dad found me and we bought the snake. I told him what happened and he had me find the woman so he could thank her. My sister had a very close encounter. One Sunday, she was coming out of the grocery store after parking her car in one of the front rows. As you can imagine, the grocery store was pretty packed, being it was Sunday, so definitely a lot of bystanders present. During this time, my sister's driver's side door of her car didn't open from the outside. So after putting her groceries in the trunk, she proceeded to climb into her car from the passenger side, as she did on a daily basis, due to the handle not working. A man saw her do this and took the opportunity to slide into the passenger seat beside her and close the door. Once he shut the door, he pulled out a knife and put it to her throat and told her to drive the car. The man didn't realize that her door opened from the inside. She opened the door and made her run for it. And when she told me this story, she told me, and I quote, "It was either run and get help or drive and probably die. I took my chance." After running and screaming for help, the man jumped out of the car, and a man who I will always be thankful for tackles the asshole, and he was charged with attempted kidnapping. I guess the message I can pass along from this story is even during the day at a crowded grocery store on a Sunday, women by themselves, or anyone for that matter, has to have their guard up. So my friend and myself are both 18 and visiting Colombia for the first time. We are in Cartagena, walking through its beautiful old town when two slick Colombian guys with perfect English approach us and ask us if we were looking to buy some cocaine. Being 18 and naive, we said that we were, and then they told us to follow them. They bring us into this restaurant and bring us into the back area. A waiter comes in and brings us 2 cold beers, and we are chatting away. There is a solitary figure sitting on his own in the corner of the back room who doesn't say a word. We are brought the cocaine, and it's like 20 grams. We tell them we don't have that kind of money, and only wanted 1. Like in a cheesy 90s gangster movie, the guy in the back loudly shuffles in his chair, then takes out a gun and lays it on the table, staring at us. The 2 Colombian guys who had brought us in told us that we had to take the stuff, as it was already brought and prepared for us, and their boss would not be happy. Obviously, in hindsight, this was all an act. They were obviously not going to shoot 2 18-year-old tourists for such a trivial thing, but being 18, we were absolutely shitting it. We simply didn't have the money. Then one of the guys left the room with the boss, while the other guy sat with us just watching. We were there for like an hour, no explanation given. Then the guy returns with more men, and we are told that we are to take 2 taxis with him, one of us in each taxi, and to go to the bank and withdraw the money. They directed that we go in one by one while the other waits in the taxi. We were told that if one of us tried anything in the bank, that they would take off with the other, and he would never be seen again. We got the money, gave it to them. In a final humiliation, they made us take the taxi back with them to the restaurant so as to pay for their fare. We were leaving the city the next day, so we couldn't even take the cocaine with us. I ended up just giving it to 2 people in my hostel. If you have any paranormal stories, please send them to us at officialphantom.mike@gmail.com. Thank you for listening to Phantom Mike, and remember, if you still feel alone, you weren't listening closely enough.